I grew up in an area of London called Hackney. Hackney was a place that immigrants have been coming for a long time because it's, well, the more east you get to the docks where the river is, and the Thames, and then you'd come in so everyone gets off the boat and stays in East London, basically. So it was very poor. I mean, historically it was very poor. It was very working class and sort of market orientated, like market culture. So there was the Irish and then the Jews and Bangladeshis. I grew up, when I was a kid, it was sort of many African countries and African, Turkish, Jamaican, or like Afro-Caribbean. And most of the Jews left and moved to the suburbs or they moved to the Essex or the suburbs, northwest London, which most of my relatives live there. But my parents, because it's pretty central, and it was really, really dirt cheap when I was a kid, my parents wanted to live centrally, so they bought a house for like nothing, 40 years ago, and now their house is worth over £2 million, which is quite a lot. So there was so a bit further east from where I was the working class Jews, where the Yiddish was a living organism, and there was markets and stuff like that. And then and then everyone sort of moved away from that culture. But when I grew up as a child, I did have a Jewish kind of upbringing, I suppose, but all my neighbours were like from all these different countries, and the kind of Jews that still live in the area, basically like left-wing activists. Claire's were musicians and like mostly like sort of, it was a very lesbian area as well, and there's a lot of lesbian Jews actually as well. Interestingly, because the two women I'm friends with, one's a rabbi and one's like a sort of scholar. They met at the Rio Cinema at a lesbian film festival, in the early 80s, and that's like next to my house. And so it's always been this sort of quite melting pot, active area, very interesting. But it was very dangerous. Lots of shootings and stabbings and kidnappings and stuff. But as someone not involved in those gangs or communities, I was quite safe. But it wasn't. You didn't walk around on your own, in the nighttime and stuff as a kid.